Who are the Freemasons? Are the Freemasons good or are the Freemasons evil? How did they come into existence? What are their motives? Are they truly associated with the Illuminati? The well-documented history of Freemasonry has been shrouded by a myriad of conspiracy theories, many of which aren't true. There are many questions at hand that still have yet to be answered about one of the most thought to be quote-unquote secret societies.
Beginning in England, Freemasonry spread across Europe in the mid-18th century, but its origins are controversial. The first proof of Freemasonry can be dated back to an English manuscript around the year 1390, during the reign of King Richard II. The document was called the Regis Manuscript. In 1757, George II gave this manuscript to the British Museum. The manuscript had been rediscovered in 1838 by James Halliwell Phillips, and he had claimed that Freemasonry arose in England during the reign of the Athelstan in the year 925. Those translations are highly debated, so we cannot truly assume where Freemasonry was rooted from.
The opening of the English Grand Lodge in 1717 was known as the first official Freemasonry establishment. By some it was called the Mother Grand Lodge of the World, but now it is referred to as the United Grand Lodge of England. In 1725, the Grand Lodge of Ireland was created. In 1725, America's first Grand Lodge was created, the Provincial Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania. In 1733, the Provincial Grand Lodge of Massachusetts was formed. In 1736, the Grand Lodge of Scotland was created. In the late 1700s, Freemasonry became an organization most responsible for the spread of enlightenment.
It is a mainly fraternal organization with few female members whose roots are not entirely known. Like any other fraternity, the Freemasons have requirements to join. There are these three absolute conditions to become a Freemason. Number 1, you must be male. Women are allowed to join special branches of Freemasonry. Number 2, you must be at least 21 years old. And number 3, you must believe in a supreme being of any faith. All religions are welcome. Applying Freemasons must be able to enjoy a diverse community, prioritize family before the community, and join of their own free will. The process to become a Freemason is straightforward and quite simple. First, the applying Freemason must locate a nearby Grand Lodge and speak to a member or secretary of the lodge to receive a recommendation. After they're accepted into the fraternity, the member must go through initiation to become a full and active member of the Freemason community.
Let the initiation begin.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge, your character will be proven.
Happy landings!
I think I have to do it again. My blindfold came off.
And this we call the unblinking eye.
Hey, have you ever noticed that the crossing the desert is a lot like the unblinking eye?
The initiation shown in this episode of The Simpsons refers to the severity of the Masons during the induction of new members. As seen in this clip, Homer must make a series of events identified as a leap of faith, crossing the desert, and the unblinking eye. These references to Freemason rituals exaggerate the actions to represent the society's current stance of Freemasons and other secretive fraternities. Eye of Providence is not a Freemason symbol. The unfinished pyramid and the all-seeing eye of deity on the dollar bill is commonly associated with Freemasonry, but it does not actually appear in the regular Masonic rituals. These are all myths of Freemasonry. Master Masons wore a white apron which resembled innocence and acted as a symbol of Freemasonry.
Some people say that there's an owl in the corner of the dollar bill, but it isn't actually related to Freemasonry. Quote, the owl isn't a Masonic symbol, but it's the product of an overactive imagination, unquote, as stated by retired District Deputy Grand Master Gary L. Dreyfus of MIT. In the 18th degree, a pelican, which is the symbol of Jesus, a phoenix, and eagle appear. The Scottish Rite, a group of Freemasons, claim the eagle to be their symbol, which ironically appears on the dollar bill. The bald eagle is the national bird of the United States and in no way is an official symbol of Freemasons entirely. The skull and bones are a symbol to remind the Freemasons of death because they believe it is the ultimate equalizer of men.
Many perceive Freemasonry as shady and evil, entailing immoral actions and motivations. Our history seems to refute that. In fact, many well-known historical figures were Freemasons. 9 out of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence were Freemasons. Nearly 1/3 of the signers of the US Constitution were Freemasons. 14 of our presidents were Freemasons. George Washington, the first Masonic president, joined the Grand Lodge of Fredericksburg at the age of 20. In the Masonic Lodge, George Washington slowly climbed the degrees of Freemasonry. In New York, he took his oath of office on a Bible from St. John's Lodge. After retirement, Washington became Master Mason of the Alexandria Lodge No. 22 and was buried with Masonic honors. Up to the year of 1890, presidents such as James Monroe, Andrew Jackson, James K. Polk, James Buchanan, Andrew Johnson, and James Garfield were also Freemasons.
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do.
Who leaves Atlantis off the maps?
Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes E. Gutenberg a czar? We do. We do. Who robs Kingfish of their sight?
Who rigged every Oscar night?
We do. We do.
Thank you.
The song We Do, sang by Homer and the other stonemasons, another name for Freemasons, emphasized the common belief that Freemasons are controlling the world. Throughout the song, the Masons declare that they are the ones who are controlling the British crown and keep the metric system down. These statements show our society's belief on how Freemasons secretly run the world. This illusion also displays how easily our society becomes interested with conspiracies of world domination from secret fraternities such as Freemasons.
Conspirators believe that the Freemasons overlap the Illuminati to secretly control many aspects of society and government to establish a totalitarian world government, also known as a New World Order. It is safe to say that the Bavarian Illuminati aren't associated with the Freemasons. Today, the media exaggerates the Illuminati when it truly died out in the 18th century. There is no solid proof backing the existence of the Illuminati. If the group no longer exists, then it cannot be related to Freemasonry.
More Bonzi and Tubal-Cain are commonly used passwords of the Freemasons. Tubal-Cain is known to be the key phrase of the Master Mason, however some lodges vary in their phrases. These phrases allow Masons to secretly identify one another as a Mason and determine their degree. There are also some phrases that Masons use in times of distress. It is believed that these phrases cause other Masons to rush to their aid.
Freemasonry has three great lights by which we measure ourselves as men and Masons: the square, the compasses, and the volume of sacred law we place them upon. That sacred book, one revered by the individual Mason, is where we take our oaths, lay the foundation of our lives. The square, providing direction, helps us to square our actions by the square of virtue, because virtue is the stone used to build the man and his temple. Virtue is the cement that binds our relationships, and it is by our virtues that we are measured. The compasses are the tools of our conscience. We learn by the compasses to circumscribe our desires and keep our passions within due bounds with all mankind.
They're all covered with filthy germs, aren't they, Smithers?
Why, what do you mean, sir?
Freemasons run the country!
Ugh.